Hey, good morning. It's Thursday, February the 22nd, 2024. This is Wes Fryer in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I want to talk about friction and blisters. So I have a blister on my right hand, on my thumb, that is healing, and it's a lot better, but it was a kind of a bad blister. And it happened, I got this blister actually scrubbing the heck out of a pan. So Shelly and I have started a funnel cake business. We started it back in the fall, and we really just kind of had a chance to practice a few times at a couple events. And now as things are warming up and the spring is gearing up, we're looking forward to going to some different festivals. Our neighbors that are in their mid-80s, who are just wonderful, had a funnel cake business for 15 years in retirement, and they've been mentoring us. And while funnel cakes are definitely not on our diet plan, they are something you can make that you can turn a pretty good profit on, that are not super hard to make. They don't have a lot of ingredients. Anyway, I think it's a good business, and it's going to be a way for us a couple weekends a month to supplement our income. So when you are cooking funnel cakes, you have to heat up a lot of oil. And I basically, what am I doing? I don't know. My brain is not going to work incredibly well today because I am super tired because of some stuff I had to work on last night for school because I procrastinated. Anyway, I was scrubbing this pan to get this oil off, and I did it, but I did it at a cost. I wish I had the right tools. Number one, some kitchen gloves to be able to scrub with, so that the glove would have taken that friction and not my skin. And then I had a couple sort of like Brillo pads, but I needed some SOS pads. Those are my favorite to use for scrubbing cooked oil and stuff off of a pan. All right, what's the connection here? Where are the friction points in your life? When we get a blister, or actually even when we get a hot spot. I've done a bit of backpacking and hiking and camping in my life. I was a ranger at Philmont Scout Ranch. One of the things we do when we were with crews the first few days in base camp and the first few days on the trail, one of the most important things was foot care, because crews were typically going out on like a 12-day, almost 2-week trek in the wilderness, and if you don't take care of your feet, you're in trouble. So as soon as you detect a hot spot, that means a place on your foot where you are starting to have friction and a blister is developing, man, it is important to stop. You want to take off your boots and your socks. You put, I almost said steel wool. You put moleskin, which is sort of like a Band-Aid, but it's going to press down and cover the place where the hot spot is happening, because you don't want the skin to take that friction. So as I'm sitting here, making my way to school today, I'm thinking about my blister. And I'm thinking about, where are the places in my life, where are the places in your life where, maybe you do have a blister, right? Because when you get a blister and it actually forms and fills with fluid, that is not a good thing. And it takes a while to recover. Much better to identify the hot spots and say, how can I address this? What's the metaphorical moleskin that I'm going to put on this so that, it doesn't become worse? But then ultimately you've got to decide, how am I going to prevent this from happening? Maybe your hiking boots are going to break in. Maybe you're going to wear better socks. We used to wear a thin polypropylene wicking sock, and then we had a wool sock on top. Now I tend to use these, what are they called? Darn good socks. I don't know. They're made in Maine, but they're a boot sock. They're really good. The bottom line is you don't want your skin to be, getting a blister. So where are the blisters in your life? I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about how I might be proactive instead of reactive, getting a blister and kind of suffering through that and risking infection, right? Because, blisters, you got to treat them. You got to take care of them because they can get even worse. You don't want to get a blister at all. I don't want to get another blister. Let's look for hot spots in our lives and think about what we might do to avoid hot spots becoming worse and just existing at all. Maybe we need to make some changes in our life so we don't have those hot spots. We don't get those blisters. Have a great day.